Welcome to Anil Coding channel. Today we'll be looking at numbers in Python. This will be the first part of numbers because it's such a large topic. Today we'll be looking at integer, which is just numbers including negative and positive. We'll be looking at float, which is negative or positive numbers with decimal point. With long, this is a function that's used in older Python, but once you're using Python series 3 and above, there's no need to use long because Python will convert it to long automatically. So that function is not available. But in previous Python, there was long. And complex number, I will not touch on complex number due to the fact that it's not used regular in Python. I've never used it in my years of coding, so I don't think it's relevant at the moment. In later videos, I might do a video on it, but believe me, it's not needed, it's not used. And I'll also touch on a few built-in functions, ranging from how to round a number to converting binary and just comparing numbers also. So hope you enjoy. Well, we'll start with opening PyCharm. And like previous video, we'll just right click on the folder, go to new Python file, and we'll name this one today, let's just say maths part 1, because I know there will be a part 2 to this one. And Python file, and let's work. Okay, so firstly we'll do a print statement, and int is represented integer. I'll just run that for you, and as you see, it's 5. It shows as an integer. And also you could just put the number 5 without the int, and Python will automatically convert it to an integer. Then we'll do another print statement, and to represent a float, you put this type float, and then you put, as I told you before, decimal point, and there you go, a float. And just as integer, you could run it without the float, but if you're doing an input, then you have to put the float. So I'll make a variable called num1. Inside this variable, we'll just put int number 5 in that variable, and then we'll do another variable num2, and let's go for the number, let's see, 8. And then we can just use the variables and do our work. So we'll go print, and if you just go num1 plus num2, and we'll run that, and as you can see, 13. And as I said before, there is no need to put the int if you don't want. Alright, we'll just do a print statement now, and we'll just add 2 numbers. So we'll just say 6 plus 3, and there you go, 9. Because as I say, Python convert the numbers to integers, so you can just go straight ahead and do the addition. then I'll put them in a variable. So num1 equal 6, and num2, let's give it equal 2. So we'll just work with the variables with the values. So num1 plus num2, and as you can see, that's 8. So as you can see, there's a variety of ways, but it's always better to do a variable where you can change the number if you need to do. We'll just do minus, and as you can see, there's a 4. That's 4. And also with numbers, you can multiply, and there you go, 12. And also, if you put that, that's a divide. So let's run that. We should get 3. Because the divide, as you can see, it converted to a float. We can also put a double slash, and you'll do a floor division. And I'll just change a variable. So we'll get 1 with a remainder. And as you can see, with the floor division, it will round it to the nearest whole number, the lowest whole number, and as you can see, when the remainder is not shown. And if you only want the remainder to show, you can do a modulus, and if you run that, as you can see, it only shows the remainder of the number. We can also do power. So that is do num1 to the power of 4. So that's 6 to the power of 4, which gives you 1296 there. And another built-in function that you can use in Python when dealing with a number is ABS. This is the absolute value. And if we just put that in a print statement, and as you can see, it shows the absolute value, which is 5. We'll just do another one just to show you that it worked with float also, and it just gives you the absolute value. Okay, next thing we'll do, we'll just make a variable, and let's just say A, and we'll put random numbers within that variable. And as I tell you, integers can be both negative and positive. So we'll just put a negative inside. And these are just random numbers. Put one more. Okay, so the first built-in function I'll show you here, we'll go max, which will give the maximum numbers within the variable. And as you can see, 25. And we can also do minimum. So let's do another print, and we'll just go min, and that will show you the smallest number within the variable. And there you go, -5. And this is very useful. Imagine you have a bigger set of numbers, that will find the smallest wherever. And we can also sort them, because as you can see, we'll sort them from smallest to largest with the sort key. And you can also sort them from the biggest to the smallest. And with that one, we'll just go print sorted. And just put reverse, and this will sort them from the largest to the smallest, and just put true and run that, and there you go, from 25 all the way down to -5. We'll do another print statement, and this time I'll show you a function how to get the power, because we use the same double asterisk which you see earlier in the video. So this function does exactly the same thing. So we'll go, the first is 6 to the power of 5, and if you run that, you see you get 7,000. We'll just make smaller numbers. Let's go 3, and let's go 2. And if you run that, you'll see that we get 9. So that's 3 to the power of 2. And that can be, we can use minus also, which obviously will give you decimal number. There you go, 3. Again, as you see, decimal number. So that works very fine also. Another built-in function that is really useful is rounding off. As you can see, the answer below, there's crazy numbers. So if you just use the round function, so just put round, and this will round it off to the, depending on what you want. So we'll go to 3 decimal place, 3 telling what decimal place, and as you can see, it just cut down to 0.028. And if we cut that down to 2, and if we change that to 2 decimal place, then as you can see, if we run that, it's 0.03. So very useful tool just to make your program more readable. We can also compare numbers in Python. So we'll go num1, is it num1 equal to num2? And you'll get a boolean, which is a true and false, and there you go, you get the false. Just comparing the numbers, is num1 the same as num2? And Python will tell you it's false, it's not. You can also do greater than, and also we can do less than. And as you can see, we can also just ask, is it equal to num1 equal to num2? And is not equal to num1. And as you can see, that's true. So that's just simple. Is num1 not equal to num2? Which you can see it's true. Okay, we can do also conversion from integer to binary with this function. So as you can see, the binary number for 5 is 101, and it tells that it's binary with the 2-digit at the front, the OB, 2 characters at the front. You can also go octadecimal. You can also go hexadecimal, and if you print that, and if you want to take the 2 characters at the front, you can just do a format. You put the number you want to convert. So we'll do binary on this occasion. So we'll go 5, and we go 8 bits. So you go 0, 8, and then B, just tell it that it's binary, and run that. And as you can see, the 2 characters does not appear on this instant. And you can also make it to 4 bits. And there you go. In summary, please remember the 2 most common numbers in Python is integers and float. Python automatically recognizes these, but if you're doing the input, please remember to differentiate. If you're using decimal, use a float. If you're using just numbers, just use int. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you for watching O'Neill Coding Channel, and I'll see you next time.